what has happened in the Kherson region, the
Yeah,
drone attack on civilians, which Maria Zakharova was talking about it. And she said, you know, the people in Europe should know what they're doing to the civilians. They're killing their billions are killing civilians. It's not just about Europe, but but it's about NATO, all
yeah,
countries in NATO. Uh, What has happened, Andrei? And we had another attack on Putin's residence. What was that attack? It was on Putin. It was on his residence. It was on somewhere else, because there's people are asking, questioning. It was on. They wanted to
yeah,
assassinate
yeah.
Putin. They wanted to do something else. What's your understanding of that?
Well, I mean, CIA and MI6 are war criminals. I mean, basically, that's who they are. They're terrorist organizations. These are obviously they curate, they run this SBU and GUR people in Kiev. So they're terrorists, pure and simple. In Kherson, they killed children, women, about 24 people. Uh, 50, 50 of them are wounded. Majority of people who died have been basically burnt in this hotel and cafe where they were celebrating New Year. So that's what they do. This is their modus operandi. They are not good at war. They love to promote themselves in movies, but in reality, they are just basic petty terrorists. They pretend that they do something special while in reality they're cowards. They hide behind their basically back of their proxy, which is Ukraine. And yeah, it's from their blessing that's what is happening. Mr. Radcliffe is I don't know who he is, I mean, personally, obviously, and I don't care. But I mean, I'm sick and tired about the CIA, the fairy tales about how great they are. Primarily, yeah, the drug trade and things of this nature, terrorism, that's what they do. And so this is all the basically pattern modus operandi, because obviously we know that Trump is not in control of his administration. He doesn't care really. I mean, he cares about parading himself as the most important thing ever in the universe. So, and he has those people who try to sabotage his own policy. So he can do nothing about it. He doesn't care. I mean, the guy is it took him about what, half a year to figure out that Kellogg is an idiot, as he called himself. But dude, you appointed him. What does it tell you about yourself if you continue to appoint idiots and sabotage people who sabotage your policies? And so it will continue. They will continue the terrorism. They are good at, as I already stated, attacking civilians, raping, blowing up commercial shipping. That's what they do because they are not good at war. They are desperate. And Larry with Garland yesterday, they said there's no plan. They cannot plan. They can react. They are basically it's knee-jerk reactions, and most of those people there, they hate Russians so much that they will go to any lengths. If not for Russia being what she is, they would put Russians into concentration camps, gladly. So that's who they are.
Andre, the attack on Putin's residence, and they were talking about they wanted to attack the decision maker center for nuclear strategy. I don't know, something like that. What was that attack? They wanted to
Oh,
attack.
it's BS. They were trying to attack Vladimir Putin's residence. The superintendent of the GRU, former GRU, today it's GU, Admiral Kostyukov, today presented military attaché of the United States with the controller from one of those drones, which just happened to be American, British, and German, parts. And yeah, it was deciphered, and controller was handed to a military attaché of the United States in Moscow by none other, as I already stated, the biggest honcho in GRU. So Russians operate on a very simple premise here. Let them go out and parade themselves, war criminals that they are, especially Western media, saying about all kinds of the tabloids and Murdoch's sewer like Wall Street Journal and things like that. And then of course, yeah, after everything this crap storm essentially passes, here it is. Here's the proof, and yeah, it was basically targeted at Vladimir Putin, and I don't know. We don't know really if he was there at all. But obviously, it's the work of everybody speaks now openly, MI6 and CIA, and let them eat that. And after that, what can I say? They don't understand. And again, there are no people. They have a lot of paramilitaries. We're gonna go and kill, Al Qaeda and things like that. They don't understand war. They do not understand what it means, and they don't understand that even attempt on the life of the head of the nuclear superpower, it's casus belli. If God forbid something happens to Vladimir Putin, London will cease to exist within 20 minutes. Okay, together with Brussels and together with basically personnel of CIA, Pentagon, and everything, which is happening, which is located for now in Europe. So, and Trump will have about 25 minutes to get hold of Moscow and try to explain that no, Washington is not supposed to be flattened. But again, those people, as I already stated, they're ideologues, fanatics, and all kinds of bizarre people with bizarre, religious and other, views. And as the result, so they think that they can play this game. But they will squeal like like wild pigs when something flies back to them. And again, as I already stated, Trump is absolutely useless as a president of the United States because he collected this bunch of the criminals around himself. As I already stated, it took him half a year to understand that Kellogg is an idiot. And the Kellogg was national security advisor for the guy who betrayed him, Trump. He sold him out to the left and to the right. His vice president, Mike Pence. This is what we know about Trump. The guy has zero statesmanship, skills. And as a result, we have on one side, we have obviously Pentagon, as represented by Mr. Hexet and other people, trying to kind of settle things down and calm them down. And you have the CIA, which are, as I already stated, they are not good at spying. I saw the forecasts, and this is it's written by amateurs essentially. So, and that's what it is. Simple as that.
Andre, you mentioned the case of Keith Kellogg. I remember when Donald Trump decided to work with him. I Everybody was asking, what is the point? This guy, every time he's on Fox News talking about the war in Ukraine, it seems that Joe Biden or Anthony Blinken or Jake Sullivan is talking about the war in Ukraine. So how come this guy can be, the main negotiator on the part of the United States to bring the conflict in Ukraine to an end? As you mentioned, after you know almost we are after a year,
Yeah.
full year, he has decided, Keith Kellogg is not working well. So I, and other thing that is so much troubling in my opinion, that this attack on the Russian president should be condemned by the president of the United States. He should come out, because these sort of attacks, it seems like you attack, Donald Trump in the United States and you put the blame. People know when you attack Russia, there are intelligence, the people behind the scene, and everybody knows who are these people and where they're coming from, but when you see no reaction on the part of the president of the United States, which somehow I really believe that he wants to put an end to the conflict in Ukraine. But there are many people in his administration who are not happy with that concept.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You nailed it, absolutely. And he doesn't control his own administration. He cannot put together any kind of the coherent policy in the sense that he can order people around. That's what President of the United States does. The guy cares only about profits. He cares about himself. He is a game show host, okay? He is the New York real estate shyster. He never graduated any further than that, and there are many indications of that for the last 10 years. So it's nothing new, really. He cannot control the country. He cannot govern. He doesn't have governorship, capabilities. So, and but the point is, as I already stated, these people, especially when you look attentively at the British side of the story, those are losers. They are all of them without exception. If you look attentively at their army and armed forces, it's a joke. I mean, you look at the British economy, it's a joke, and so their parliament is a joke. It's a bunch of the, pretend politicians. So they are driven only by hatred and frustration from the fact that they are not even the first 10. Their economy is somewhere in the middle of the second 10 of their countries around the world, and the one, as I already stated, they have very few things which, or industries which of any consequence, like Rolls Royce, for example. Not in terms of cars. The cars are it's the overpriced junk to sell to all kinds of riffraff from Middle East. It's primarily for jet engines and things like that. This is only one of the skills that they still retain. But I mean, their output in industrial output is pathetic. It's the third world countries' output. And so, as the result, you have those people. And can you imagine who the hell those people from Chatham House, from from MI6, from all those, especially King's College, all those military people, supposedly their general staff courses, which are a few months, and they think that you can prepare any officer. So they see that, they feel it, and they look at Russia, which is the empire which actually succeeded despite the fact that thank God, shedding all those fringes, and basically returning back to the global status. So they are frustrated. They hate Russian guts. They would go to any lengths. They don't have humanity. They are cowards primarily, So as I already stated, they know they cannot fight the real war. They don't understand what it is. As a result, it coalesces into this type of the reaction, which is not really any kind of the planned thing. It's basically, I use this analogy that it's like the rowdy, nut job, the psychiatric ward patient, which tries to, spit and scratch, all those orderlies who put them into the restraining, gear. And so that's exactly what is happening. They are chihuahuas and they have to live with that. But yes, they will continue to terrorize people. They will continue to do things of this nature, together with Radcliffe and CIA, who, and, yeah, that's their capability. That's the only thing. CIA cannot spy anymore. They cannot collect information. They are not spy agents. It's a paramilitary group, basically, which deals in all kinds of the whatever they do, drug trafficking and terrorism and what have you. And so that's the result. It's the part and parcel of the complete decline of the West, which is draining circling the drain, and it will continue. But as I already stated, Russians will play it, to the last drop. So you have to understand that, and it's already happening, especially with this morning's, presenting U.S. military attaché in Moscow with the gift, with the present, and Happy New Year. And after that, we know that the basically center, including the 15 crews, actually up to 15 crews from Chernigov area, where usually that type of things originate in terms of drones, have been obliterated. So, and it will continue. Russia continues to do what she does. Russians do not do knee-jerk reaction. It's always measured, and it's always with some effect. And if you take a look attentively what is happening in Odessa and other places, they have a party, okay? So they are burning. And eventually, that's where it is all going. Ukraine will be denied any kind of the industrial capacity, and it will be reduced to the essentially agrarian state, primitive agrarian state, enough to sustain itself and feed its people. And there will be no real serious negotiations between Russia and United States. Trump is not a partner you can trust.